In this video, we will take you through the nuances of criteria configuration in an integration. Criteria configuration helps in the integration of a subset of entities based on some predefined conditions. For example, the user can specify that only bugs with high priority are to be synchronized, or tickets that are closed should be synchronized. Even after the entities are integrated, the synchronization based on the defined criteria is retained. Users can configure criteria during the integration configuration step. Click the icon shown on the screen to navigate to the criteria configuration window, which appears on the right. In this window, for bidirectional mappings, sections specific to both systems involved in the integration will appear in the forward setting and backward setting tabs. You need to fill in the requisite details. Please note, you can apply different criteria in the source and target systems through these settings. Also, the formatting in which you enter the condition in the query field will vary from one system to another. As you can see on the screen, the format for criteria query is different for different systems. Let's proceed with the criteria configuration setting for Jira in the forward setting tab. Here you need to enter the query and then select the criteria storage type. Remember, it is mandatory to fill in the values of these fields. In the query field, enter the condition you want OIM to consider when it synchronizes the selected entity. OpsHub Integration Manager will keep an entity in a synchronized state once it has met the defined criteria. Even when this is applicable, the status of the entity changes later. This is to ensure that once the entity is synchronized to the target system, it remains consistent always. If you do not want this behavior, then you can go to the Select Criteria Storage type drop-down and change the settings that we will discuss ahead. When you select In Database, the selected entities synchronize between both systems even when the conditions defined in the query field have been updated. This is also the default setting in OIM. When you select in End System, the selected entities synchronize between both systems only when the current conditions in the query field are met. When you select this option, you also need to specify the field of the source system where the criteria will be stored. To stop the synchronization of an entity, change the default setting and switch to in End System Storage. Stop the synchronization for the entity and then update the entity in a manner that it is not meeting the criteria anymore. For example, take the field which is selected for End System Storage, turn it off or change its value to false. But for consistency reasons, it is not recommended to go with End System Storage as it will stop updating the other system, resulting into stale data for the users using that system. Lastly, save the integration. Thank you for watching this video.